Psalms chapter 16, verse 1. Keep me safe, O God, for I have come to you for refuge. So who do you run to, or what do you run to in a time of trouble when you need some safety or when you need refuge? When troubles come, the thing we run to for comfort or safety or refuge, oftentimes that's the thing we have our faith in. Some, when trouble hits, they go to bars. Some, when they get stressed, they eat comfort foods, right? Some throw themselves into their jobs to forget about the troubles. If you're working all the time, you don't have time to think about all them troubles, now do you? Some just go to their loved ones. It's understandable. Everybody needs a little hug every now and then. Some just take refuge in their castle, their home, sweet home. The point is, when times of trouble come, or trials, we get depressed, things like that, we all need somebody we can count on, something we can count on. For David, there's no two ways about it. When troubles come, he runs to God. What better place of refuge could David have picked? He found his comfort zone in God. He had a relationship with God from a very young age. God got him through a lot. From young to old, he always knew where to go, his faithful God. For myself, I had a time of trouble. It was a pretty dark place in my life. I found myself alone in my truck, my semi, driving up and down the road, mile after mile. It got pretty lonely, and I got pretty depressed. Because being out there all by yourself, alone with your thoughts, in the midst of your troubles, sometimes that's not good. And I think during this time, I might have perished if it had not been for God himself. Instead of just giving up, I threw myself into God's Word. God's Word became my place of refuge. And I started witnessing to my fellow truckers at that point. And some good friends of mine started calling me the preacher man. It stuck. And even though I was in the midst of my own depression, I started reading that Bible, and I would text my friends the Bible verses I was reading that day. And from there, it went to Facebook, where I became a Facebook preacher man. And eventually it led me to the point to where we have the John 3:16 Hunt Club on YouTube, where we're trying to bag some trophies for God's kingdom. And it's growing. In my YouTube videos, I'm now sharing them on X, I'm sharing them on Facebook, TikTok, you name it. I'm spreading God's word. God is causing it to grow. But all this started long ago in a truck all by myself as I threw myself into God's word. My life definitely would have turned out a lot different had I not chosen God's word as my refuge. So when your trials and tribulations come, run to God, make him your refuge, cling to him, and do not let go. It will save your life. God's word, it is my refuge.